Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another video answer segment, Q&A type video for The Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 6, which is called Always Accountable. Right, and spoiler warning if you're not caught up on The Walking Dead as usual. So, first of all, I talked about the video yesterday. I hope you guys liked it. If anybody hasn't seen the What If Trev was Negan, What If I Was Negan video, I would suggest you check it out. It's gotten quite a few mixed responses. Some people loved it, some people hated it, some people thought it was ridiculous, and that's kind of the idea. It's supposed to be something fun. It's supposed to be, something funny, and some people are, they're making fun of my acting ability, my acting chops. So, it's not serious. It's it's just like a spoof, like a parody. So, if you like that kind of stuff, or if you missed it, I'd highly suggest you check it out. Some people said that they think it's the best video I've ever done, or at least the best video I've done in a long time. So I enjoyed it. It took like over 3.5 hours to make it. So check it out if you missed it or if you haven't seen it. And even if you don't read the comic book series, just to get an idea of kind of what you can expect. That's the way I envision Negan to be. Totally id-based in terms of his behavior, just kind of childish and silly, zany, serious when he needs to be, but yet, badass and just kind of crazy. So that's kind of the way I envision him. Everyone reads him differently, but we'll do a topic tomorrow probably on whether or not we think the television series version of Negan can live up to the comic book series version. So that's coming for tomorrow. That's a viewer requested. I'll mention the person who requested it tomorrow in that video. So heads up for that, guys. Should be some fun. So got some questions for today, though. I do have some really good ones. Check out that video. Like I said, let's talk about this topic here. So the one for this one, this is from Awesomistic, and here she says, "Hey, Trev, love your videos. Do you think Ron is going to shoot Carl in the eye and Carl is going to lose his eye, similar in the comics? Thanks." So this one fits perfectly for a mid-season finale, no way out type of breakdown, crazy society, walls are crumbling and everything's, going down. Of course, we've seen kind of the beginning of what it seems to be leading up to when Ron asks Rick to teach him how to shoot, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sure, here you go," and aim for that one, trial by fire, so to speak, right away, just get in there and start shooting is the best way to learn, right? So, so that's like perfect setup for this type of deal, because we've seen Ron festering a bit with his belt and stuff, and looking at Carl, fixating on him. You get the sense that he's thinking about it. His dad's dead now. His mom he doesn't want to talk to, and now potentially Carl may be stealing his girlfriend, Enid, and then of course pushing him to the ground, and him kind of conceding that Carl is physically superior, I suppose, in his actions there, being the beta, so to speak, as Alpha pushes him down, so to speak. If you want to get all, old school on it. I'm talking old school. So it's fun, right? So it's good stuff. So is Ron going to do that? It seems like after seeing episode 5 now that that fits like a glove, that it would be Ron responsible for that. And it's like we're seeing the setup of it now. Now, could they throw us through a loop where they do something different? Of course, which they've been known to do many times. We've seen that before with body parts that look like Morgan, before the wolves attack him in the finale, stuff like that. Done on purpose, we assume, of course. So, yeah, man, they've done a great job with that, and I'll be interested to see if they switch it, but I think that's a legit prediction that we're going to see Ron use the gun, or not Rick's gun necessarily, but use what Rick has taught him to shoot his son. And then what is Rick going to do? Because, of course, he's banging his mom. And, if Rick kills both, Peter and Ron, how is Jesse going to feel about that? Will it matter? It's some good drama. It's some of the best drama we've had with Rick since season 2. Since Shane and Lori, because you got the kids involved now. She's got her own kids, and they can have drama too. And it's like a even higher version of what we saw before, sort of. So anyway, interesting stuff. I think that is what we're going to see. That's a legit prediction, and I'll be surprised if it goes the other way. But you never know, because they try to keep us on our toes, so to speak. They do. They've been known to do that. Next one is from Dave Berg. I wanted to add his comment. He says, "Dear Trev, wow, maybe the funniest 4 minutes ever. I want to watch it again and again and again." Thanks, man, for the Negan video yesterday. I hope you guys found it funny. I thought it was funny when I was making it. I was like, oh man, you guys are gonna love this. So I had to do it. Even if it took over 3 hours, I was compelled at that point. I was like, oh, I got to get this done. And some people said, oh, why didn't you wrap barbed wire on the bat? Well, I don't have barbed wire, first of all. Second of all, I could make some. I looked into that. But again, it just adds more time. It delays the video. Ideally, I wanted to do that for Halloween, but I got backed up because, of course, Walking Dead and Ash vs. Evil Dead and everything else that's going on, it got pushed back. It was originally a Halloween idea, but now that they officially cast Negan, I was like, oh, I got to do it for sure. It's got to happen. I don't care how silly it turns out or how bad it turns out, and I think it turned out pretty good. So there it is. Next one's from Maximiliano Reyes, and he says, hey Trev, I love your videos, bud. My question for you is, if you could create a Walking Dead character for the television series, what type of character would you create? Well, I'll say right off the bat, no matter how cool he's going to be, he will not be as cool as Negan. There's just no way. Not possible. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow. So a character, I've done this kind of before, and if I could create a character, it's in the channel. You can check it out. Search for character, go through the videos, you'll find it. People call me a little narcissistic sometimes. Some viewers online, that's my criticism. He seems a tad bit narcissistic ever since I started flexing in videos sometimes to tell trolls to F off. So I'd probably create myself, actually. I think that'd be fun, just to see me and Walking Dead. That'd be funny. Or Z Nation or something. That'd be just funny. It'd probably fit better with Z Nation, to be honest, because it's got the more silly feel. And so that'd be funny. But somebody like that, I'd like to see a character using brass knucks to kill some zombies. Or I do like spears too. We may see that with the Hilltop. We may see some spears. So I like to see somebody using spears, or like if you want to go Canadian style, you take a hockey stick, maybe you cut off the end, you put some butcher knives to the end, you weld them on, or do something to really secure them, and you've got some kind of crazy bow with knives on the end. That'd be cool. Like double bladed. Oh man, can you imagine Morgan with that? That'd be sweet, man. That'd be cool to see him kill zombies like that. But dangerous for them to do in the show and for filming and everything. They'd find a way to do it though. That'd be cool. Next one is from Tanner, and he says, hey, bud, I have been watching you for a good while now. I typically watch you during Walking Dead seasons. I believe first review I watched of yours was the episode Dale died. You've done, that's way back now. You guys saw the review for the Dale figure. That's season 2, so end of season 2. You've grown a lot, and I admire that because I didn't honestly think you'd get as far as you have. Great job. Well, I'll stop you there. I didn't think the channel would get anywhere near as big as it was. I mean, when I first started before season 1, when I was doing other videos and stuff, when I first started, to have 1,000 subscribers was something. To have 10,000 subscribers was like, wow. If you had 100,000 subscribers, that's like either you have like a website or your IGN or you're like, some big, thing like that. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. But the way YouTube has grown, man, it's been crazy. So I didn't think so either, Tanner. That's for sure, man. But thanks to you guys, it happened. So I love this, love all the support. So thanks, guys, for that. My question is, does Glenn really need to come back? I love Glenn, and I don't want to add another debate of this to my life. But in all honesty, he has done so much for the group, and there isn't much he needs to do now. If he turns out to be alive, it'll really just be a cop-out for them. But what I want to know is, do you think there's anything left in the story for Glenn to complete or do, or has he done what he needed and there's no point for him to return? Thanks. Great question, man. So Glenn, should he come back or not? We've kind of talked about it briefly. I would like to see him come back. He has added a lot to the story, but he's one of the original Atlanta characters, and there aren't many left. And if they kill, like in the TV series version, you don't have Andrea, so she was kind of one of the originals too there in the first few episodes, and she's dead in the TV series. So that leaves a bit of space for maybe another original character to survive. Plus, we all kind of expect Glenn to die around the time that Negan shows up based on the comic book series. So I think it'd be interesting if they just left him, because also you have 16 episodes. He's a great character. He's got the dynamic with Maggie, and he's going to have, this is about as close to a near-death experience as you can imagine. Everybody thinks he's dead. It's only us online that kind of figured out that it was Nicholas, and that go into the detail. Most viewers of The Walking Dead are casual viewers. They don't notice this stuff. They're just like, oh, Glenn's dead. That's it. He's dead. He's screaming, and there's zombie guts coming out. First viewing, same with me. That's the way I read it first time too. So there's no shame in that. But a lot of people, they just watch it once and they're done. So they may not realize that. But I think since he survived this, it'd be cool to see him, survive all the way through, or at least for a few more seasons, and maybe they'll switch somebody out for the the Negan appearance. A lot of people think it's going to be Morgan, and or if they just keep it exactly the same, it is what it is. But yeah, I'd like to see Stephen Yeun stick around for at least a few more years. I think that'd be cool. That said, I like the characters so much. It's like I don't want to see Morgan get killed. I don't want to see any of them get killed, but someone's got to die. Someone has to. Who's it going to be? Man, so tough to tell. Okay, we'll do like one or two more. Next one's from Emerald Alien. He also was part of the why I did this video. Hey Trev, I just had a theory I wanted to hear your thoughts on. So in tonight's episode, Rick, it's interesting. Game of Thrones shirt. Rick teaches Ron how to shoot, and Ron seemed oddly keen to do it, even though he hated Rick's guts the day before. Do you think Ron wants to know how to shoot so he can shoot Carl, or do you think he just sincerely wants to know how to protect himself, but will shoot Carl by accident in No Way Out, taking Douglas's place from the comics? I don't think it's going to be an accident in this one, and I think that adds a lot to the drama, because it's not an accident. Or at least maybe he could act like it's an accident, but it's not an accident. And then maybe Carl could come back and kill him later or something. I don't know. It'll probably be zombies that kill him anyway. So, but I think it's going to be on purpose. I don't think it's going to be an accident. I'd be surprised if it was an accident. Maybe they'll play it halfway, so where it's like you don't really know, is it an accident? Is it on purpose? Some people think it is. Some people think it's not. That could be an interesting angle if they do that. So we'll do one more. Last one's from Chase Barrett. And he says, hey, Trev, I've got a question. Why do you think they chose so blatantly to leave the big-name characters out of this episode for now? Carol, Michonne, and Morgan were all in Alexandria, but got basically no screen time. Instead, they decided to give the new doctor lady and Tara a lot of screen time that felt useless, since they're both probably going to die when the walkers get in the walls anyway. Keep up the great work. Love the channel. So great question from Chase. And I also noticed that too. I think the new director that we had for that episode, maybe that was on purpose. Maybe she wanted, or he wanted, to focus on some of the characters that didn't get much time in the series, which is okay. But we had gotten so much with Morgan already. They probably wanted to leave him out. Carol had JSS, where she was the big hero of that one. So maybe they just decided to kind of leave them out. I would like to see a quick scene with either of them, though. Maybe Carol bring up a strategy. With No Way Out, too. Couldn't they come up with some idea? Somebody mentioned they could probably do like the prison thing and get like a spear with like a stick or something, put some knives on the end, and just maybe go up top and start to, just trying to clean up a little bit. But that said, I think the strategy is there's too many, so just leave it be and hope they move on, which may or may not happen. Or like Rick said, maybe somebody will come back, realize it, and then try to drag him out again, like Daryl or somebody. Somebody will come to the rescue type of deal. Probably not going to happen. So, well, we'll see. Maybe he's right. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Anyway, write your guys' comments below. Let me know what you think about all these questions. What do you think is going to happen between Ron and Carl? What do you think about the silly video? I mirror you guys. If you guys want to be silly in the comments and that kind of stuff, that's fine with me. I can be a little silly myself too. It's up to you guys and what you want. I gotta go with you guys, what you want. So write your comments below. If you like this video, please thumb it up below. Mention what you think is going to happen with Ron and Carl, some predictions, and the usual stuff, guys. Share, favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. That's it for this Q&A. I may see you guys again tomorrow for another one. Of course, see you for the review, see you for the predictions, but I may do another Q&A tomorrow, so send me any final wrap-up questions you have, and they may get in the Q&A for tomorrow. That's it for this one. See you guys again tomorrow. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace.